You guys all know what I sound like right now. What is not allowed is, well, you're listening to Trivia on 90 FM, and here's the question. Fuck you.
It is now 6 p.m., Friday, April 21st, 2017.
Right on the nuts!
You're listening to Trivia on 90 FM.
Welcome to Trivia 48, the royalty of contests. And by God, it's wonderful, isn't it?
Stevens Point, Wisconsin is home to the world's biggest trivia contest.
What is the brand and product which used the following trademark slogan in print advertising? Hi, yo, silver away.
Every year, a 54-hour quiz attracts hundreds of teams and thousands of players across the globe who all tune in to a small college radio station in the middle of Wisconsin. Is this the biggest event Stevens Point holds every year?
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
We live for trivia. The kings and the queens of the world coming together for this weekend.
Keep the news stories light. There's a war that breaks out or Trump is shot. I don't give a shit. We're not talking about it.
Trivia and marriage share many similarities. At the end of the day, the scores don't matter as much as the memories. Congratulations!
Here's how the world's biggest trivia contest works. Over 350 teams sprawl out in basements, attics, or wherever there's a radio to listen to questions read live over the air.
What is the product which recently released a new version called Chewy Delights?
Teams had the length of 2 songs to call in their answer to a phone bank.
3255.
Tums and acid. Tums and acid.
At the end of the second song, a DJ reads off the answer.
Correct answer, Tums.
This repeats 8 times every hour for 54 hours straight. There are essentially no rules. You can find the answer any way you want. Books, the internet, private databases, nothing is off limits. It's not just a contest of knowledge, it's a contest of resourcefulness. And to figure out how to prioritize their resources, teams spend all year reverse engineering the mind of the man who has orchestrated this contest for the last 39 years, Jim Oliva, known this week as the Oz.
I'm the person that writes the questions and makes the decisions. What I want going out over the air is chaos, total chaos. We need to sound like we haven't a goddamn clue of what we're doing.
Jim has been doing this contest for a long time. So long that the players have gotten to know him pretty well. You haven't caught anyone going through your trash anytime, have you?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, yes. During the writing of the contest, all of the trash that we generate in my basement stays in my basement till after trivia, and then I throw it out.
And he knows a lot about them, too.
Team captain, Jennifer Bach, from the team Stop the Bus and Let My Brother Jack Off, lost her battle with cancer in December.
There's a good chance Jim will do the contest until he dies as well.
As long as this thing's working, I'm staying with it.
Does it get you really tied up? This gets you kind of all turned inside out?
I mean,
every which way?
It's cost me 2 marriages.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Trivia.
Yeah.
To get a sense of how serious this competition is, I go over to the headquarters for Network, a team that has been around since the late 70s and has won first place 22 times.
So where'd Barry end up? Barry, come get Owen. Barry is the reason we do this.
It's your fault. It's all your fault.
It's
yeah.
I'm not the reason, but I'm part of the team.
Yeah. I've actually heard a lot about you, and there's been a number of people in town have told me that you might be the best trivia player in Stevens Point.
Well, that's quite a compliment.
Yeah.
Maybe I was 30 years ago. We were pretty young when we started. We were 9th graders.
Yeah.
As we got through college, we had a little more money to spend on the good stuff.
What's the good stuff?
Well, expensive books and stuff. Like here's all manner of magazines. These are there was no space, so there's 2 layers of stuff. Up here is the beginning of my favorite collection. It's the Almanac collection. The team now has every edition of the World Almanac.
Arguably Network's most prized possession is an infamous custom-built index for books that don't have indexes. Barry calls it the Megadex. They also have their own card catalog system of tens of thousands of handwritten note cards containing factoids on things like film, TV, comics, all organized by subject matter. Can we pull one out and just pull one out at random and see what it says?
Like, okay, here's a card about designing women. Charlene's psychic nutritionalist was named Tova of Biloxi. Just a couple of bizarre random facts from the episode.
Network's card catalog system was one of the reasons why they were a juggernaut in the early days of the contest. But when trivia entered the internet age, the game changed. Last year, Network placed 8th in the contest, and they haven't taken home a first place trophy since 2011.
Searching the internet is definitely not always easy. You know, the young folks who live on the internet are much better at it than us old folks.
I work on the internet all day, so I joined in on one of the questions with my own laptop.
Question number 1. Give the next line in the following television theme song. We all had an uncle, and his name was Sam. We had to go in and get him out of a jam. The job wasn't easy, but the burden was shared.
Back in the 40s when everyone cared.
Loyalty of the contest.
That is correct on the Good Time Girls.
All right, should I call it in? Back in the 40s when everyone cared. Thank you. Nice. All right.
Did you feel a rush?
Oh, I gotta do it again. I gotta keep doing it now. It was great. That was an easy one, but now I want to see how a more recent champion plays. Unfortunately, last year's winner, Festivus for the Rest of Us, is extremely secretive. They've spent thousands of dollars and countless hours building a team for the modern trivia contest. But they refuse to let anyone see how, for fear of losing their edge. I would, if you're open to it, we'd love to come by your place. We're right above them right now, but they won't let us in the room. But I can hear them. Hey, what's going on? Okay, so I can't come in there. I can't record. I can't do anything. You won't let me see inside there.
Unfortunately not. We just can't let you in.
What if I was blindfolded and I took off my mic?
A little bit. I can help you.
All right.
Question number 1. We're just going to do question last name of the television sitcom character whose appearances on the show seemingly ended after the character had been trapped in an elevator during an end-of-the-season episode.
Even though I'm blindfolded, I get the sense I'm in the presence of a well-oiled machine. 15 to 20 people hunched over laptops answering questions with military-like precision. If they have a secret weapon, it's not a supercomputer. It's discipline. Next, I head over to the home base for their biggest rival, a group called Dad's Computers. They won't even let me inside the house, and hanging out outside isn't going my way either. To find out what trivia means to the town of Stevens Point, I tracked down the mayor. But this weekend, he's not at town hall. He's at the headquarters of his trivia team, the Franklin Street Burnouts.
We've got over 2,500 movies, almost 400 board games. We've got in that closet behind Brian, we've got all of our magazines, which include every TV guide from 1976 on up.
Oh, wow. It's wearing tight here. Let's see if we can get this little lamp on. No, that lamp doesn't turn on.
If we can find it easily on the internet, we do, but we always try and confirm it in a hands-on source.
Give me some esoteric stuff. Give me some stuff that you've never seen before, only one time.
Well, look in the weird candy drawers.
Oh, God.
So
Wait, did you guys spelled weird incorrectly?
I don't know who did that.
W-I-E-R-D candy.
Yeah.
The only other teams that let me inside their war rooms are just using Google for everything. And they aren't exactly world-class internet athletes.
In 2004, the Raiderettes adopted a new line of boots to wear while cheering on the team. What is the first and last name of the designer of this line of boots?
All right, so walk me through how you're going to try to find the answer to this.
First, I'm gonna figure out like what the fuck the Raiderettes are, because I don't. Okay, so
Do you think you should try something like maybe put in the word boots?
probably, yeah.
But there is one high-ranking team I keep hearing about that is completely digital. No physical items whatsoever. Their name is Trivial Pursuit, and they have about 160 members who met on the Something Awful forum, a message board that cultivated a lot of early internet humor. I managed to catch up with some of them during lunch. They explained that not just any group of loosely connected people on the internet can win this contest.
The first year that we did this, Reddit decided they were going to do it at the same time. Only they put it publicly on a subreddit. The problem with that is that they didn't have any organization on how people are calling in. And I'm sure Oz has already explained the rules to you about that. Right. One, if you double call, they start looking at you funny. This year, they just don't give you any points. And two, Oz don't want those pictures publicly posted to the internet.
Back at their home base, I see that at any given time, Trivial Pursuit has about 40 people from around the world in its chat room helping out.
Where is y'all's library at?
You're looking at it.
8, 9, 10.
We didn't want to be the hoarders. We didn't want to be the note takers. We wanted to just brute force things through the internet if we could. And
that didn't work.
It didn't work. And now we're taking images of cereal boxes and whatnot, sending it to one person who's cataloging all of that stuff.
They entered the contest as outsiders from the internet, intending to upend the competition and poke fun at it.
The first couple of years, it was definitely making fun of Podunk Town and, Stevens Point and all this. But now it's gotten to the thing where it's just, I think everyone participating loves the contest. Like they come back year after year.
For half of the contest, Trivial Pursuit is actually in first place, but then they slip.
Crank it, crank it, crank it.
In fourth place with 6,015 points is Network. In third place with 6,740 points is Trivial Pursuit.
Back at Network's headquarters, Barry realizes they're too far behind to catch up to first place.
Is there any hope of a late comeback this year?
Oh no, we're way too far back.
We need to know what? Yeah, so that's from Scott's notes.
What's the question?
Yeah, I don't know what they want.
We're basically happy with where we are. We didn't really change anything significant since last year, and we're doing better, so I guess we gotta be happy.
For Barry, it's not about any more first place trophies. It's about tradition.
How about a wild guess?
Princess Cosmetics. It's going to be something like Princess Cold Cream or...
For the final hour of the competition, I go to Joe's, a bar downtown where they play a video broadcast of the contest. The bar is empty, but after the last question, the place quickly transforms into one big party. Before the results are even in, it feels like everyone in Stevens Point is at this one bar, celebrating.
First of all, I want to thank Owen for coming all the way from New York to do a little filming about our little contest. Trivia is not just a 54-hour contest. You guys know it's a lifestyle, and we'll keep doing it again next year.
A lot has happened in the last 50 years that could easily make a no-rules trivia contest extinct, especially one from an independent radio station in a small town like this one. But 90FM's contest is thriving, and once a year, for 54 hours, the only thing that matters in Stevens Point is trivia.
In fourth place with 15,415 points is...
Network. Third place, 15,830 points. Trivial Pursuit.
This goes out to Lord Victor Nefarious.
In second place with 19,215 points, Dad's Computers.
In first place with 19,360 points is Festivus for the rest of us.
So why would teams do this? Why I don't get it. It seems
Because
like
they could win the contest, man.
What do you win if you win the contest?
First place. You win the largest trivia contest in the entire world. And you know what? You think you're hot stuff? Bring it on. 254th place, 3,995 points is Shug Knights of the Round Table.